This movie surrounds the festival circuit in the last year. It is already out in the UK, but it's coming out on the US in February. So to me, it is a 2017 release. Welcome, geekies, to 2017. The Girl with All the Gifts is directed by Cole McCarthy, written by Mark Carey, the man who wrote the original novel, and it stars Paddy Considine, Glenn Close, Gemma Arterton, and Sania Nanua. This takes place in a dystopian future where an infection has spread throughout society. We have only a few people left, and we have these children imprisoned in this military facility where they have class, and then they go into these cells at night. There is a secret experiment going on while this happens, led by Glenn Close, and one day, zombies break into this facility. And that's all I'm going to say for this plot. This movie takes a fresh take on the zombie genre. It is not a zombie thriller. It is not a zombie horror movie. It is a zombie and a drama. This handles the two genres in a very clever way. Not to mix them enough to create a zombie drama, but it is a zombie movie while it is a drama at the same time. It fleshes out the characters really well. I really like Glenn Close in this film. She's very, very genuine. She's very secretive. She's not very sympathetic at first, but then you start growing into this character as she reveals why she's leading this experiment. What led to these experiments? Does she feel any guilt over doing these experiments with children? And the bond she creates with this little girl, played by the newcomer, is amazing. I love the bond these two create. It's not necessarily a bond you usually see in films with two characters that start out as antagonists to each other, and then they grow together into beautiful friendship. I'm not going to divulge what happens at the end, of course, but it's not so cliched as what you might expect. Another character I really like is the teacher, played by Gemma Arterton. I haven't seen this girl in a while, and she's talented. I used to love seeing her in movies. About 3-4 years ago, she used to be in a lot of movies, much like Felicity Jones was in last year's. Now she's back and she's doing these small movies. I recently watched 100th Street with her and Idris Elba, among others, and she was great in that, and she's great in here. I love how endearing she is to the children. She's the most human character in this. I love her character. She's relatable, she's modern, she's not a damsel in distress. She has dimensions to her. Her motivations do kind of dissipate throughout the movie as it goes along and starts going into other plot lines, but she still keeps that importance throughout the narrative. She doesn't overtake the importance of other characters, but she remains there and does never feel forced that she is right there with the other ones. Paddy Considine was also great as General Parks. I'm used to seeing this guy as a coward or a pussy, generally speaking, but he's a badass in here. He's commanding. He doesn't take shit from anyone, from the teacher, from the scientist, from his inferior officers, from the children. This guy just commands everything with all the power and all the commandeering force that he just transmits you through his speaking, through his look, to the way he carries himself around. This guy's just great in this movie. Let's talk a little bit about the main kid and the children in general. They are experimenting on these children because they have partially a cure to what is going on. And I will not divulge more into that, but there's a very clever reason to what is going on. And you become aware of that, again, through the bond that is created between Glenn Close and this little girl. And she is awesome. She is great. The journey this girl goes through in this film is unbelievably good. This is what I call a character arc. She is so good at portraying this character. She's so natural, so genuine, so raw. This character has a lot to go through as a child. And as soon as the movie starts, you immediately fall in love with her because this girl is a sweetheart. She's super nice, super endearing to everyone. But then in comes the moment that brings a lot of dimension to her, and this character grows a lot throughout the movie. Midway through the movie, I was looking at her character, and despite enjoying the performance, I was not seeing a character change much. But then I started thinking of the steps the movie took, the narrative took with this character before filming this review. And this is a beautiful character arc, and one that makes sense. There is one decision, though, that she makes in one scene of this movie, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it's one of the big no's for me. This is one of the big no's when it comes to movies, and I don't like this character for that reason. It makes sense for this character to do it, I understand it, but it's a big no as far as I go. Not going to nitch the movie because of that, but I just don't like what she decided to do in one certain situation of this movie. The photography looks amazing. It looks like it was not very well treated. And what I mean by that is that it feels natural. It looks natural. It doesn't feel or look like there was much post-production in the photography, which is great. That's what you want. There is a very Mad Max, dirty, greedy, grounded feel to this film in the way it looks. But it has a lot more green just due to the things that surround these characters and the locations that they find themselves in. The music is also very good. It leaves you in awe and it leaves you enchanted and also haunted by this atmosphere. It is very eerie and it is always there, even in the most subtle moments that you might have forgotten that there was even music in a movie. I also love the directing. The Steadicam worked to wonders in this film, following the characters as if you were right there behind them, following them as you are trying to avoid all these zombies that are surrounding them. I just love the way the camera worked to make you feel like you're in there, dirty, wounded, just tired of everything as you are following these people trying to get away from this incredibly crazy and scary situation. There are moments when this director does 1 minute, at maximum 2 minutes, one take shots, and I love it. They really create for atmosphere and for panic when the certain situations come on that this director uses one take shots. It works very well. He doesn't exaggerate on them, but he doesn't overuse it. He used it times enough to work great, to be noticeable, to be another plus to this movie, but it doesn't use it times enough for it to become a gimmick. There are also some other scenes that go down the obvious route because the plot needs to go forward. It doesn't hurt the narrative in ways of like plot armor would or forcing something to happen. There are just some logical mistakes. There's also one scene with one soldier that happens. This scene takes way too long to happen. They try to make it as atmospheric and as subtle as the rest of the film, but it doesn't work. You know exactly what is going to happen. You know exactly the purpose of the scene, and the soldier was just stupid. The first half an hour can be kind of boring because you are not sure where this movie is going to go, you are not sure what this movie is trying to say. It does feel kind of generic at one point. Enjoyable, but generic. It is filled with great performances. It looks lush and beautiful and raw at the same time. I love the little glimpses of wonderful directing that we get in this film. The music is great. The girl with all the gifts definitely is a collector's item. What did you think of The Girl with All the Gifts, my beautiful geekies? Do you like these fresh takes on zombie movies? Let me know your favorite zombie drama in the comments below. Don't forget to start leaving your questions for the hashtag Silence Q&A. Leave them in the comments below. Let me know anything you want to know about me, about the channel, about anything that is going on. Movies, TV shows, anime, games, anything. Let me know, ask away, and you might win something on that giveaway. Don't forget to like this video and share with your beautiful friends. Tell them to come join the beautiful geeky community by clicking subscribe and clicking the bell next to it. And 2017 is just starting. I can't wait to see you in all the reviews coming this year. Stay beautiful, stay geeky, shit!